What's up, YouTube? My name is Vinny Fraser, also known as Vincentius Music, here with my beautiful fiance,
Becca.
And we are Real Blah. What's up, YouTube? Thanks for coming on our channel today. Real here, and today we're getting back into some Terra Infinita. Almost finished with this book. We are on part 2, chapter 25, The Last Reset in the Known Lands. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and yeah, man, let's get right into it. The previous reset has been the cruelest of all because they were close to losing control. It could not have been otherwise. It is even said that there were periods where humans and giants were controlling the situation. But once the 4 great centers fell, the millions of deaths left by the war, it was difficult to recover. We all knew at one point that we had been defeated. My mother has told me so many times this story, which in turn was told by her mother. I already repeat it by heart. She was only a newborn. Do you understand? They lived in a prosperous world, and suddenly all their dreams were trampled. Many found loved ones who had died next door. Their houses were on fire or disappeared. They used technology that you would not understand. They could even petrify beings. They had already done it in the past. They had to see themselves in a really desperate situation. Damn, dude. That's a lot all in one little paragraph. Like,
we're getting a lot of desperation out there in the world. I mean, what happened when COVID hit? There was so much desperation when people were going to the stores. You know, like, people were robbing things, people were stealing things, people were ending other people's lives. Like, that's what's happening, literally. Yeah. There's a World War III about to unleash.
When all was lost, the Great Flood began. As it is known here, the Mud Flood. In reality, this happened in different forms, but it dragged everything in its path. It was something of colossal dimensions. Many of the humans that grew up after the last reset used vestiges of these monuments or buildings. Even some had withstood the war and the flood quite well. They were resistant to ancestral technology. They were prepared for everything. That is why you will notice that many images of the past do not match the reality that people lived. The difference in technology and architecture. They mix the history in such a way that it is difficult for you to understand it completely, but at least you will have an idea of how the whole process was taking place. It's cool because just in the last chapter, someone commented and said, please look into Tartaria, and because we keep saying it with questions on our face, is what the comment said. You guys both have question marks on your face when you say Tartarian or Tartari. The Great War of Tartaria and stuff. So, like, I looked into it, and we've been talking about it today. Mm-hmm. And it's super interesting stuff, and all of this has to do with, I'm pretty sure the last reset was the reset of the Tartarian nation. And that's how we used to live. And then they, they manipulate history, man, and they add and take away time and make it to where they can... It's just like this says here. It's very complicated and hard to understand. It's hard to even explain or comprehend, but... yeah. The resets with some difference that existed. At least the ones I know of, are almost always carried out in the same way. They put a limit of years for the race they are controlling to develop and reach a point of knowledge and technology. They will always try to manipulate reality to reach that point as slow as possible. They take it really as a game. Basically, they will try to pause your spiritual growth and the truth about your origin and your world environment where you are. Clearly, they will never make themselves known, nor will you have any kind of contact with them. But you will be able to find them in history in several possible ways and forms. When a reset takes place, let's call it natural, considering that the previously established limit of years was reached, they will make everyone over 7 months of age die. This can also be decided in advance, or it will simply be thought of at that moment in meetings of the Parasite Dome, which is the custodian's dome.
Everyone over 7 months of age die?
They will make everyone over 7 months of age die.
That doesn't even make sense. How are the 7-month-olds going to live?
I don't know. I don't know. Technology. The flood that my parents, grandparents, and all the generations suffered was the same that would have happened in case we had reached the limit of years of development. Only that they initiated this in an urgent way because of the war that had been unleashed. The last reset in these lands did not reach the time limit that they had established for our development. But we were not far away either if we consider that when the giants visited and joined us in these lands, they started to educate us about the lands and the life behind this world environment. We started to learn too many things that they considered dangerous. Not to make this answer so long, your babies of 7 months or less than that will be left alive. Not all, they will decide depending on many factors. Those above that age will be killed or die in catastrophes of different kinds. This world environment is justly manipulated in its entirety by them. Imagine you live inside of a greenhouse. You can understand it that way. You can make it bloom or poison it from one day to the next, or even slowly. God.
A greenhouse. Imagine it a greenhouse. Something that... This is a greenhouse. And there's something over it. Right? So imagine your dome land with something over it that is affected by what is put into the greenhouse.
Yeah. You can
put
in growth
analogy.
Or you can put in poison.
Right. So you can either, like, even if you talk to plants, right? You can talk to 2 different plants, buy them at the same time, tell one of them they're beautiful, tell the other one that you hate and it's disgusting. And the one that you talk to bad will die. The other plant will grow and live, right? So imagine us known lands as this big, huge science experiment,
Seriously.
I guess.
And the reason it's so important is because we have souls. We have the life force. And they don't understand it. And, I mean, at this point, we don't fucking understand it because of the manipulation.
Because of the manipulation.
So there are times when, right, we get down on ourselves about it as humans, but we are forced into this, and it takes a lot of us, if not every single one of us, goddammit, to stand up and start living the way we should. But
you really are forced into it. Like, from the time you're born, you know, think about generation after generation after generation. They're like, we need better technology, we need better this, we need better that. So then all of a sudden, we think that all of this is so good for us, right? But now guess what? We've evolved into this amazing species that wouldn't last very long out there in this world. We've just created a consumer-driven society that wants and wants and wants. But how many of us would be alive if we got no electricity, freezing cold temperatures, like no food, you know? So it's a lot. It's a lot to take in.
yeah, it is.
They've created it so that we have a harder time surviving without them.
Yep. But yeah, super interesting read, this fictional novel here. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you all for being here and continue commenting with us in the comment section and just watching and supporting. More to come. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Real, we out here.